Halo Wars 2, a revolutionary RTS game based on an epic gaming franchise that revolutionized RTS gaming on console. It features familiar Halo units running around on iconic terrain, tactical strategy on a large scale, and unfathomably intense battles. The game feels great, and I would even place it in a similar class with some of my favorites, such as StarCraft. However, the game has never really hit its stride. A combination of poorly executed advertising and questionable decisions from developers truthfully hurt Halo Wars 2 and set it back further than necessary. Balance changes were sent out weekly. New content, supposedly improving the game, caused issues and set the community off in bad ways. Nobody could have predicted where it would end up today. Today marks 3 years since Halo Wars 2 was released. This video is all about the life of the game thus far, all the problems, troubles, successes, and stories that embody the entity that is Halo Wars 2. To celebrate Halo Wars 2 turning 3, we will be uploading multiple Halo Wars videos this week, so keep your eye out for those if you'd like. And I just have to be honest with you guys, Nick and I really want to succeed in being Halo YouTubers. It means so much to us to achieve that goal, like you have no idea. Just making Halo Wars content was a great start for us, but now we need to do something more. But I did make a mistake. For some reason, I thought that announcing our leave from Halo Wars publicly in a video would encourage Halo FPS fans to join the channel, because I thought that Halo RTS fans and Halo FPS fans were separate entities. I was dead wrong. It was a terrible idea to quit Halo Wars 2 cold turkey, and I'm owning that. But I'm also owning what it takes to become what BtC is meant to be. A Halo channel. Not just Wars, not just FPS, but a Halo channel. I want to apologize to all of you who were disappointed by leaving our Halo Wars content in the dust. I also want to thank all of you who check out our newer content that we're producing 5 days a week right now. I truthfully believe that the future for this Halo channel is bright and hopeful. We want to be the best Halo channel out there one day, and if you think we're capable, just keep doing what you're doing. Watching the videos, checking our social media, liking the videos, and subscribing goes so far you have no idea. So thank you so much for understanding. This video is going to be great just for you. Let's flash back to June of 2015 when Bonnie Ross, head of 343 Industries, stated, "Going forward, you will never see a Halo game moving out without a beta." Well, this is how Halo Wars 2 was showcased to the gaming community at large. The first beta was launched between June 13th and 23rd of 2016. It consisted of domination from the 13th to the 16th, and then deathmatch, or standard for you Halo Wars 1 folks, from the 17th to the 23rd. This first beta was a bit rough in terms of quality and playability, but it was a beta, and this was the time to get the kinks out. Out of the gate, Creative Assembly and 343 Industries strayed very far from the simplicity of Halo Wars 1. Quickly glancing back at domination, it was an FPS staple that did not transition well into Halo RTS. As for deathmatch, it was probably the only game type that should have been focused on from the beginning, but we can applaud the effort, right? Deathmatch was an RTS staple in the sense that you would battle until every single one of your enemy's bases was laid to the dust. That's why it worked so well in Halo Wars 2. Let's swap back to the meat of the beta. They increased the amount of production units from 15 in Halo Wars 1 to 32, eventually 41 after DLC heroes were introduced. They added a new economy-based currency dubbed Power, which was not warmly accepted by the community at the start. Reactors from Halo Wars 1 were removed as buildings, which essentially morphed into the base upgrade aspect of Halo Wars 2. Bases around the map were not occupied by AI, which rapidly increased the speed at which Halo Wars 2 could be played. Power nodes were introduced, and oh yeah, leader points were introduced for every single leader. All in all, it was a pretty unbalanced mess, but we were just thrilled to have some Halo RTS back in our life. The second beta went on from January 20th to the 30th in 2017. Wait, no, that doesn't make sense. Is a game really in beta mode just 3 weeks prior to release? Regardless, this beta was forever a stain on the Halo franchise because it introduced the most hated feature of all, microtransactions. A pay-to-win game mode in an RTS game. It is truly unbelievable that 343 Industries would bring this into Halo Wars 2 after the backlash of a microtransaction riddled Halo 5, but there it was, staring at us in the face, asking for more money. I have to believe that this agenda was pushed by Microsoft or Xbox rather than 343 because I do not want to associate Master Chief with microtransactions. Inadvertently, 343 Industries and Creative Assembly seemingly set up Halo Wars 2 for failure, just as 343i had done with the Master Chief Collection. It seemed all hope was lost, but in truth, it wasn't. Despite the dramatic issues with the betas, the impending microtransactions, and new, arguably unnecessary game elements, Halo Wars 2 had a fantastic launch. Effectively tossing aside new objective-based game modes, Deathmatch, also known as Standard from Halo Wars 1, was featured as the main game type showcasing the elaboration of the game meta. You killed the enemy bases, you won the game. They absolutely nailed it. You could download the game and immediately hop into an intense 1v1. It was incredibly fun. Team games were even more exciting with friends. A competitive ranking and placement system akin to that of Halo 5 created an intense and competitive environment for players to duke it out online. The leader selection each equipped their own individual powers, allowed epic clutch saves and fun moments. It was truly an emotional and successful turnaround for the Halo franchise. A combination of classic and new art styles made a home for all Halo fans to come and enjoy their own armies battling out on the Ark. But not everything was perfect. Unit balance soon became an issue. Scouting units were overpowered and quick.
It's actually a pretty solid combo. You have a lot of fun with it. Similar to the 1-2 punch style of video that I uploaded before. Triple pumping, sorry, at this point, and I'm going to be taking out expansions, things like this. You're going to notice a very interesting moment where my homie BtC Presto is going to lag out, and I actually clutch a 2v1 with straight up jackrabbits.
Players making a single type of unit could quickly assault enemies and eradicate entire bases within 5 minutes of the start of a match. It became repetitive and mundane, making the ranked playlist a sweaty hellhole. The developers scrambled to make changes, but with each patch, new units rose to the top of the unbalanced throne. Even then, with bland armies and quick games, a competitive scene began to rise from the constant trash talk and banter between top players. A market had become available for competition in Halo Wars 2. However, 343 Industries failed to capitalize.
Off the rip, basically what I do is my job is just to stall, kill as many units as possible, then Presto sweeps in, just like you're seeing there, with Sentinels just to absolutely melt any bases, side bases, and just give me the upper hand. You're going to see how I'll single-handedly off of, just because I'm Forge and I can produce Marines more, my economy is better, I can actually overpower all these guys.
Despite the countless online competition-based websites available, the creators of Halo failed to create or enthuse any sort of tournament scene for Halo Wars. After the initial marketing campaign and DLC releases, 343 went dark. At a time where esports was on the rise and every single bit of competition helped market your game even more so, a void became available for the new RTS game that was Halo Wars 2. 343 did not help at all. A chance for something special to be made from something very quickly abandoned arose, and it was hot for the taking.
There they go, there they go.
Oh, nice, you need to focus fire. Every single unit here matters. The Marines from the
Oh my
coming back
goodness.
in the 2v2 ladder since the patch came out.
Man,
So much
look at this.
combat.
Red
Orange
is
Sentinels
losing
are
all of
alone.
his super
Every
sentinels.
single, look at the focus.
Yeah, and unfortunately for you,
Oh, I changed my mind.
oh,
Big
good
teleport here.
teleport.
Oh my
Wow.
god, the
He gets
suicide
dying breath.
man.
He gets
Oh,
an
but the
extraction and he
Hunter
gets the
Brand.
H-Truck
Jesus
forward.
Christ.
Wow.
Saves it. So many leader power units right there.
There we go.
There's the airdrop.
Air support. There we go. This could do a good
Wow,
number.
they're gonna be able to take the shield out. They're doing a
Vulture's gonna be there.
fantastic job.
They could drop the main. Oh no, the eradication. No, that's
Wow,
gonna
he's
kill
not gonna move it.
everything. Oh,
That's the last base, and I think that's game.
I think this is gonna be game right here, guys.
Fantastic bit of time. And I know we struggled with, you know,
Unit before even a holo decoys dropped. Oh, but here comes focus from the back of the base. We'll do a number on these units here.
and try to get the Y off. Whoa, there it is.
Yeah.
Pavium. That base is going down. Whoa, don't shoot! Another one!
Yes, yes, it's
Oh
going,
my
it's going.
goodness! And another one!
Chasing across the map, you should really just stay back and rebuild everything safely.
Oh man!
no,
The
goes to the
shield
machine! Goes to the machine!
They go to the machine!
Oh
Are
my
you
God,
serious?
It's getting close!
They're gonna get it!
He's so close! Oh
They
no!
dropped it with their own units!
And then he drops
Are
the
you
Oh
serious?
my God! Every single locust just died! What the hell is going on, I'm
Are
done,
you
that's it.
serious, Pat?
I'm fucking
Blue
done.
can push and win this game right
I'm
here!
done, that's it. That's gotta be game. What?
Are you serious?
This part of the story we know very well, because we were the horse it rode in on. We here at Breaking the Clutch, brand new to the YouTube scene at the time, dedicated to make something out of nothing, rose to the challenge. We wanted to create an environment where top Halo Wars players could duke it out publicly for real financial prize pools. And we did just that. Players were taking home real money for the first time in this new genre for Halo. Players began practicing as much as possible, honing their skills to compete at the level that Breaking the Clutch set forth. It was amazing seeing how quickly the Halo Wars community banded together to partake in this event. As it came to a close, all of the hard work paid off. Despite having no spectator mode or competitive background, we made it work.
Now on the red side, we are starting with the player, Insane, who's running Kinsano Jackrabbits off the start. Also from the orange side, Natronics, running Jackrabbits as well.
The videos remain as some of our most watched content we've ever produced. It seemed as if the idea, running tournaments, was an effective way of creating an incredible community for this new Halo game. After the first few tournaments, we had achieved what we deemed originally impossible. On a smaller Halo game, we had created a channel that could find success in a time where our community needed it.
Reaver's gonna be picking off some of these, but we totally forgot that Cutter has an entire drop in his back pocket at any time. Drops the strike, and Yoda going from nearly 100 pop down to 29.
These tournament videos pulled thousands of views at the time, and today over hundreds of thousands. This was the way we had always wanted to enter the scene, and we did it to the best of our ability for our beloved game. The future of Halo Wars 2 looked great and hopeful. The exciting tournaments that would soon arise from this initial push would end up being the main lifeline for the game. And because of that, 343 heard us and watched our content and immediately got to work. After seeing the massive success that we had with our tournaments, we personally like to believe that 343 immediately doubled down their efforts and really tried to get things going for Halo Wars 2. Although that's likely not entirely the case, I will say that the community explosion on these videos, massive view counts, and lots of interaction from people just trying to play the game after seeing how fun it could be at that competitive level, definitely at the very least encouraged some kind of excitement from 343 internally. From this, they did draft a small team of developers after being handed the IP from Creative Assembly to get down to work. Among these developers were the two legends, Postums and Renzi. Now, I don't want to sound like a 343 cuck here, but I will say that my interactions with Postums and Renzi were definitely at the personal level. I became good friends with the two of them, talking with them often, and I have to say that might be different than some of the average community members' interactions with the two. Because of these two, Halo Wars 2 really did get further along in its development and reached a new high. Although 343 publicly said that they were done after the final renditions of the final leaders, they did end up dropping a surprise DLC package. It was dubbed Awakening the Nightmare and featured new game modes as well as new DLC for the campaign and two final leaders added to the mix, Vortis and Pavium. The two brute overlords ended up adding all new fun aspects to the competitive scene, and Pavium ended up being my favorite leader. Additionally to their developments, Postums and Renzi very actively got in touch with the community. They joined multiple Halo Wars 2 based Discord servers and then started their own tight-knit group of individuals, both content creators and Halo Wars pros alike, in order to create solutions to the dozens of unpatched problems remaining in the game. The goal was to get down and solve all of the balance issues that remained. Things were really looking positive for the future of Halo Wars 2. What Wholesomes and Renzi would next push is something that I had desired since the beginning of Halo Wars 2's existence. 343 Industries directly sought to collaborate with Halo Wars 2 entities to form a public community based on running tournaments for the game. After much thought and collaboration and communication between all of the large Halo Wars 2 entities, we came up with the title, the Halo Wars Championship League. It featured all the major content creators and tournament entities that had formed throughout the Halo Wars 2 lifetime, and they decided that BtC, that's us, were going to head the first rendition of the tournament series. This tournament brought forth some of the best players in the game, undoubtedly the best in the world, and created some of the best viewership, viewer retention, and excitement for the game thus far. The number one highlight of the entire BtC HWCL Invitational was the fact that epic players Mike Beaston and Almirante made it to the final series of the entire tournament, only for Almirante to lose on the 7th game of a best of 7, and then push through to a second series best of 7, 14-game series. It was one of the most epic renditions of Halo Wars that I've ever seen in my entire life, and I have to say, if you have not watched this series, it is on our YouTube channel, and it is fantastic. Here are some quick highlights.
In the mix as well. Oh no, the sniper's definitely out of place here. Sniper needs to be focused firing this Hunter Captain along with Jerome here. Almirante microing 2 different units at once here. That Hunter Captain's 1 bullet, man.
Hunter Captain's in trouble, Pat.
No, the sniper gets picked, but the Hunter Captain does go down in a red flary miss, and there is
Good advantage here.
You know what I don't like about Mike's play sometimes is that it doesn't list the expansion mine. I honestly feel like after you get tech 2 this quickly, having an expansion shortly thereafter. Oh, but the free grenades might actually kill this Forgehog! Oh, no! Forgehog! No, man, that's crazy. Lucas Trout. Yo, cheeky boy. Yo. I don't care about your snipes.
In the back corner, there's 1 sniper.
Oh no, the Spartan's hijacking the Shroud. No, come on, not the BM, bro. Oh no. He got the Shroud. Oh.
68. Oh, Mike's
Shroud's actually gonna be Shroud. He's gonna be taking the shots from the Chosen because of the Shroud that he hijacked. Anti-infantry turret goes down. Almirante gets the upgrade on the infantry turret as well. So here he goes, continually going to apply this pressure to the one-shot. Suicide Grunts actually connect with a huge pool of Marines there. JPB is actually getting shredded from afar. Mike needs to back up. No, commit to this. Oh no, this could be very bad. Generator goes down as well. Almirante does get the base upgrade though, and gets the Tech 2 upgrade right now. What's he going to do? Goes for another supply pad. Almirante, what can you do? Mike is chasing down that Jerome saying, get back here, boy. The B-beam is going to land on him. Gets the slow at the same time. Chosen is pitching that Jerome. That Jerome is 1 shot. Will he get away? Shot from the Chosen. Shoot it 1 more time. Oh my god, the Jerome will fall.
Jerome.
But as history would have it, all great things must come to an end. After the immense effort required from us to run the HWCL, we at Breaking the Clutch announced our hiatus from Halo Wars 2 tournaments for the foreseeable future.
Here we are. All the way down to this. Months of grinding.
Very quickly, let me just say thanks to Hosty and our mod team.
Especially
for all
Gabe.
the support they've put through. Gabe as well. Let's also say thank you to Banished, thank you to Team Respawn, thank you to 343.
Although we really enjoyed the other groups involved with the project, dodgy leadership choices and clashing members within other organizations proved difficult for us to maintain the specific tournament environment we wanted. We felt we made the best choices, and despite us handing over the reins as much as possible, we knew that nothing would become of our demanding efforts. Little did we know we would cause a collapse regardless of how peacefully we walked away. After our community came with us, the remaining members tried to pick up the pieces. They did an amazing job with what they had, but the Halo Wars 2 community simply began to lose interest. To sweep the legs of the game even more, the Halo Wars developer team was tasked with repairing the broken Master Chief Collection in hopes that its destined PC launch would be immaculate. Remaining bugs and demands in the game fell stagnant for the first time in a long time. It truthfully seemed as if Halo Wars was abandoned. After this, it was really hard for content creators to stay involved with the game.
Many fell off or simply did not play anymore. Unfortunately, we at BTC were included in that group. We wanted the best for Halo Wars, but the creators of the game just didn't see the potential like we did. So we packed up and moved on to try new ventures. But that brings us to today. Today, 3 years later, Halo Wars remains a complete RTS. It has elaborate strategy you can harness alongside fun units and even more fun leader powers. You can still find matches in a few playlists consistently. From what I hear, tournaments still pop up once in a while, lacking prizes. Some tournaments are forced to close and cancel due to lack of signups, but the pro players we came to enjoy watching retired and moved on as well, while some actually still hang around to play money matches to this day. 343 even released a patch recently that addressed some of the severe balance issues that remained in the game for months. Although about 2 months ago, a bug that caused players to be unable to partake in game online arose, 343 did briefly halt MCC production to fix the issue and get it back online. That was astonishing. I feel the best way to relay how Halo Wars 2 is today would be to imagine that you're asking me directly. My response would be something like this. It remains one of the most influential console RTSs of all time. It truly nailed the feel of the game on controller and created some of the most epic community uprisings I've seen since earlier Halo games. This game created a platform for us to embrace our goals as content creators and set the groundwork for an incredible Halo game. For you, the viewer, the special memories displayed in this video will stay with us and on this channel forever. We can only hope that the future holds a sequel to this amazing Halo-based series. We can only sit and await the news. And until then, if you haven't, please give Halo Wars 2 a try, 3 years after its release. It won't let you down. Despite all the hardships and complications, the players and their need for its success helped bring it to where it is today. One of the best Halo games of all time. For now, we await Halo Infinite. If you like this video, please stay and let us know in the comments. We're going all out on Halo for the future. We hope you'll accompany us through it all. Thank you so much for watching this video. A massive thank you to BTC Nasty Nick and BTC Hosticide for the help on the script, and a massive thank you to BTC Lord Gaben for the amazing video clip that he sent me. And lastly, thank you for watching and giving us a chance. It means so much to us, and we hope that you stick around. This has been Slick from Breaking the Clutch, with likely my biggest video project yet. I hope to improve my quality of content for the future. I really enjoyed this, so expect more. I'll see you guys next time.
You want to go back to Halo Wars 2. You want to go back to Halo Wars 2. This is so fucking annoying. You guys even said that you weren't going to do any more Halo Wars 2 content. This shit was so fucking boring. You guys were so tired of this that it caused BTC to go on its very first fucking hiatus for well over a fucking year. And you're going to go back to it? I don't get what. Why? Why are we? No, this is stupid. I'm fine. Summoning the brutal expert.